Hey guys, it's me, Nina, and today I am here with my April wrap-up. In the month of April, I read 11 graphic novels and 6.5 books. So let's jump into it. So I'm just kind of gonna go back and forth with novels and graphic novels, so yeah. First one I have is Blank Confessions by Pete Hotman? I don't know if that's how you say it. I borrowed this from my library. I got it because it was short. It's only like 200 pages, and I was looking for something I could read quickly. And let me tell you, this is not what I expected. I looked at the cover, and it kind of seemed like old and boring and kind of like a stupid novel. I thought this was going to be a boring read. I had low expectations, really. But I loved it. So this revolves around a boy and his new friend. They are both new at the school, and there's a little bit of trouble with one of the popular guys because he's a douchebag. And some events happen, and this douchebag guy is thought to be killed. And so this guy kind of takes the blame and goes into a confession room and says that he did it. But he has a mysterious vibe. We don't really know who he is. Like, the whole time, it's mysterious. And I'm not giving this book justice. It was a really good read, though. I suggest you read it. Then we have Page by Page by Laura Lee Gouldage. Ugh. So this, as you can maybe tell, the girl is an artist. She likes drawing. Her parents are writers, so her name is Paige Turner. I thought that was clever. I thought it was funny. This book didn't really do anything for me. She's kind of depressed, and I can definitely relate to that more a few years ago. But now that I'm out of that state, I looked at this and I kind of cringed because I was like, I don't want to partake in getting myself back in that thought and mindset that I had. I thought this was an okay read. I really did love the drawings, though. I thought a lot of this was beautiful. It's just the story was to me. Then we have The Line by Terry Hall. I did not know when I first picked this up that it is a series. I'm not going to continue with it. I thought the cover was pretty cool, and again, I was looking for a short read, and this seemed pretty short. It is, I don't know how to explain it. The government's kind of like taking over, so it's kind of like a dystopian novel, and this girl, there's like a line you can't cross, but there's other people on the opposite side of the line that we don't really know anything about, and this girl is determined to cross the line and help the people over there. That's the best I can describe it. It got interesting towards the end, but I felt like the beginning was very slow and boring. I only cared about like the last maybe 30 pages, and so yeah. Then we have Speak by Laurie Halse Anderson. I love this. Emily Carroll is the person who did the art in this, and I've read another graphic novel by her called Through the Woods, and just amazing. The art in these novels are just beautiful. Sorry, I keep like rubbing my eyes. Anyway, Speak is such a heart-clenching story, and it makes me bawl. I love the book, I love the movie, and I can't get enough of this story. This graphic novel was a 5 out of 5 for me, for sure. It revolves around this girl who goes to a party, and she ends up calling the cops, and so all of her friends kind of abandon her. All the people at school dislike her because she crashed a party, as she made the cops come to a party. And so she's kind of blamed for that, but something traumatic happened at this party, and that's the reason she called the cops. And she hasn't really told anyone because she's scared, and it's just really heartbreaking, and it's just a beautiful, touching story. And this is just a gorgeous cover and beautiful artwork. I highly suggest this 5 out of 5. Then we have The Midnights by Sarah Nicole Samtana. I don't know how you say that. I got this at my library. This girl's father is very passionate about music. He was in a band, and so his daughter's very passionate about music, and he ends up passing away, and she kind of goes and tries to find inspiration from him. And, you know, she loved her father. She's very close, and she wants to know about his past. And she ends up becoming friends with some other musicians. And I don't really know. I thought this was a snore fest. I was really bored during this. I mean, I feel like someone who's really into music and really knows about music would be more interested in this book. I, on the other hand, I'm not a musician. I don't know how to play music or give that passion to it. I mean, I love listening to music. Don't get me wrong, doesn't everyone? But I don't have the same passion that she did in this book. And a lot of the descriptions and a lot of the writing was towards the music and the emphasis on that. So for me, this wasn't a good book, but for someone who shares that same interest, it would be. I have Monster on the Hill by Rob Harrell. Harrell, I think is how you say it. Anyway, this is a juvenile graphic novel, and I thought it was really cute. The art is adorable. The whole story is adorable. This is about each town has a monster, and the monster is supposed to bring tourists because the monster is supposed to be scary. And the monster in this town is kind of a lousy monster. He hasn't really hunted or scared anyone. So the town doctor goes to try and get him cheered up and make him be a monster again. Next, I have Finding Somewhere by Joseph Moninger. Wow, can't say anything. Anyway, this is also a pretty short novel. I really liked the cover. I just thought this was beautiful. That's why I picked it up. Didn't know anything about it. It's about horses. If you have a horse fetish, if you like horses and you're really interested in them and love them, this is a novel for you. Again, I don't share that same passion. I've never rode a horse. I don't think I've ever pet a horse. I've seen horses, obviously, but I've never, you know, really touched a horse. I think I rode a pony when I was like 5, but I don't really remember it. I live in a small town and there's country around my area, so I've seen horses plenty, but I don't share this passion. And so if you do, this would be the novel for you. For me, it was kind of boring. This revolves around a girl who kind of steals a horse from the owners, because the owners are gonna put it down, and she wants this horse to be able to live and be like a horse instead of being trapped, and she wants it to roam free. So she steals the horse, goes on a road trip, and tries to find a horse. Tries to find the horse a range to just, you know, kind of live. I have 8 graphic novels of Morning Glories. I only have 5 here because I had to return the other ones. But Morning Glories is a creepy ass, mysterious, confusing graphic novel, and I loved the first 5. Okay, the first 5 were really, you know, thought-provoking and made me curious and left me wanting more. The last 6, 7, and 8 kind of went downhill for me. It, you know, every volume we get more questions and we continue to get no answers, and it's very confusing. And there's 50 of these, so there's no way I'm going to be able to get all 50. So I think I'm going to quit maybe at the 8 that I've read. I might get 2 more and just leave it at a nice solid 10, but I don't know. These kids are recruited to Morning Glory Academy, and the people in charge there are crazy, and they're like killing people, and like they want these kids for special reasons, but like, I don't know, there's time travel. It's crazy. The art is really awesome. I really enjoy the art. But after the first 5, it kind of went downhill. Then I have Bad Taste in Boys by Carrie Harris. Again, I picked it up because it was short and I wanted to read fast, easy reads this month. This, I had no idea what it was about. I thought it was going to be kind of like a creepy contemporary and like a romance and like a girl interested in bad boys. Yeah, no, it's about zombies. And I know I say the Z word and everybody's like, but this was actually a good novel. I actually enjoyed this quite a lot. So this girl's a brainiac, and this coach for their football team gives these boys performance-enhancing drugs, or what he believes to be a performance-enhancing drug. It actually causes a virus that makes you puke black, and then you start becoming like a zombie. And so she is trying to find the cure. One thing this did focus on was her epilepsy, which I thought was pretty interesting because I haven't read a book about epilepsy. It didn't really go in depth about it, but it did open my eyes to become more aware of that. So I thought that was interesting. And the cure revolves around that. So that's interesting. There is a second novel. I think this works as a standalone, but there is another one that I would consider more like a companion thing. The second one deals with werewolves, I believe. I haven't read that. But this was really interesting. I would give it a solid like 3.5 stars, maybe 3.75. It was quick, it was fun, it was easy. It wasn't anything like amazing, it wasn't special, but it was fun and it was interesting. And I liked the take on zombies that it took. Then we have my book that I said was a half because I did not finish it. It's called The Shadow Cabinet. It's the third book in the Shades of London series by Maureen Johnson. I read the first two. The first one I really liked. The second one was okay. And now I finally got around to trying the third one. And I'm just not, I've lost interest. I don't know what it is, but I don't think I'm going to be continuing this. I think I'm going to just DNF it. So that's all I have to say about that. My last one that I have here is This One Time with Julia by David Lemonson? I don't know. What? Like, my whole thought process during this book was what? It was confusing. And the ending was like, did anything in this book happen? And so, I mean, I give it like 2.5 stars. It was weird. So, this boy has a twin brother. They don't look the same. They're fraternal twins. Anyway, his brother is flirting with Julia. They broke it off. His brother decides to sail around the world or whatever. Julia comes to visit and kind of falls in love with the twin. And they ride off. The twin has like mental issues. And I don't know. The brother of her is in love with her. So like her brother loves her. And there's like murder and some weird stuff. And so I don't know. And then in the end, he kind of just goes back home. And it's like, what? So I don't know. It was weird and confusing, and I didn't really enjoy it. I didn't like it. Hey guys, that is all I have for you today. Let me know what you read down below, and I hope you guys have a wonderful day. Bye!